Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another game of the MavWar Hype Unity Tournament 2018 right here on the Maverick Warriors Twitch, being streamed by xBye once again, I should say. I am Barlow, one of your two casters for this evening's match, and we have a hell of a game in front of us because this is indeed an elimination game from the group stages here between teams Coach Dave's Academy and Infected Minds. And joining me for his first competitive Left 4 Dead 2 cast is the one only Let the Liquor Do the Talking. Sir, how are you this evening?
Doing great. How are you doing, Rails?
I'm doing wonderful. I was out of town for like a week, but I was able to catch up with most of the action from the last slate of games. And this one, as I mentioned, we've got two teams at 1-1, and the winner is going to be the second team advancing to the knockout stages from this group. The other team, Warriors of Heaven, has already clinched their spot, and Jaeger Bagels has been eliminated due to the fact they are at 0-2. So it's a winner-take-all here. The winner is probably going to be, depending on the outcome of that other match, the second team to advance from this group, and Warriors of Heaven have a chance to take the #1 seed and the group overall. Well, I should say the #1 seed from the group. We're not exactly sure how their ranking is gonna fall out when they actually have all the groups decided, but yeah, this is a big game for both these teams.
And it looks like we are getting underway.
Indeed we are, and this is going to be a effectual knockout game right here between both these teams. Infected Mind's going to be on Survivor first, and Coach Dave's Academy on the special Infected. First hit's going to be a Hunter, Jockey, Hunter, and a Spitter. Going in, we have a 12 damage pounce landing with a Spit. On top of that, Jockey is going to get basically shut down. We're going to do a quick roster rundown right now. So on Survivor, we have CTRL host Christian Hernandez, and who do we have for Coach Dave's Academy, Liquor?
We have M, Lupe, Lecky, and David.
Indeed, and there is a little bit of a roster variation, I believe, for Coach Dave's Academy. They have M playing instead of their usual pot 4 player, I'm pretty sure. So a little bit of a variation there, but nothing too huge.
Watch out! Reloading!
Next hit's going to be a Charger, Hunter, Smoker, and a Spitter coming in. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, it looks like they're going to be hitting at the bridge.
Yeah, this is going to be... I mean, they're going to hit here, and then I think the Survivors will be able to push forward and spawn tank, because right now it's at 28% on the current. So if they send this hit here, they should have either a free run back or a free push forward. I'm thinking the Survivors probably want to take this forward, actually. Hit is going to go in, though. That Charger is going to get charged to the back. And that Spit actually is going to miss. That's not a massive amount of damage.
Still got 2 slams, though. That was not bad. I was going to say, though, with this tank, it can be tricky depending on how the tank decides to play it. Because if they do run it back and the tank goes for the car, they can actually force an AI tank.
Yeah, and I guess the other place to fight it would either be... I don't know, I haven't scrimmed this map in a lot in the recent games, but back before, I guess one strategy was either to take it right there around that white van or to just run it back to the safe room. And the tank is up in the hands of M for Coach Dave's Academy. Let's see if they send a hit right now. They probably will to get the tank a rock or something, because that tank should still be on about 90%, I'd say.
Yeah, he's going right in. He's going right in. There was a car back there, but I've seen when tanks go for that, it leads to an AI. They keep running it.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a great place actually to play that rock tank if the tank can keep sight. And right now, 55% first pass. They are going to send a hit. It's going to be a Jockey, Charger, Hunter, and a Boomer. Jockey high pounce does go in, and that's going to be a nice double cap with a rock, missing right there onto the side, but that's a lot of damage going out onto Hernandez in the back.
Reloading.
I don't know, Liquor, what do you think of this? This is I don't like this anymore for the Survivors.
I mean, they're taking a lot of special damage. You're doing a good job sighting the tank right now in between hits. But that's a lot of damage for only 3 hits having gone out.
Indeed, and the tank is probably going to commit, so we are going to... Actually, he's already going in. We're going to keep it here for this war room. It's going to be a Smoker, Boomer, and a Jockey for this hit on the commit. Boomer's going to jump in. No one's looking at the Boomer, and the Boomer does get a double boom with that Smoker pull going out onto Hernandez. Tank whipping a punch on him, though. Now punching him away as the Horde does find its way in. Tank is under 3k, refocusing on Rochelle. Jockey manages to land, and the tank does intercept on the Survivor, who isn't boomed. Smoker pull does go out, but it looks as though Hernandez will be able to clear that real quick as M is getting that corner onto Coach. So this is a lot of damage going out, Liquor, and this is not over.
So we got Christian down. We've got 3 up still, 1 pill left. Hernandez is slow. Hernandez is almost down at this point. This could be a wipe.
That was really, really close. It's only Ammo left up. He's playing as CTRL, but most of us know him as Ammo, trying to get Hernandez up before that wipe goes out. That is a lot of damage going
So,
out.
I mean,
Nobody was
we've
watching
got
that
one
boomer.
dead
Yeah.
survivor, and all we need is a single cap, and this would make it not really a tank wipe, but still a wipe.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting for that much damage actually to go out right there. I'm being told some bad spots by those in chat, which I agree with. That is going to be the wipe, I'm pretty sure, with that Charger landing. So that's Infected Mind getting wiped almost right off the bat by that tank, and it was all that boomer, I think.
Yeah, positioning on this tank is really critical. It's one of those things where if you don't do it correctly, you can easily get wrecked because the tank can keep sight fairly well in the area that they were hiding and kind of made them vulnerable, I think, to the special hits.
There are a couple good spots for damage potential later in the map with some of those chokes, and obviously it's a custom map, so depending on how much the teams have played it, it could be a situation where map knowledge really does pay off for either side, but a wipe that early is usually indicative of just a lot of potential for this game to get out of hand very, very quickly, and hopefully that doesn't happen. We're looking for a close game. It is an elimination game, so Team Infected Mind is going to be on the back foot a little bit as we go live with the second half of the first round. It is going to be an Ammo tank, Spitter, Jockey, Hunter. Tell us about this hit here, Liquor.
We've got the Jockey, Hunter, and Spitter setting up top. Looks like they're going to do an attack from above, and let's wait to see what happens.
Yeah, this is a pretty common area to hit, and it looks as though we do have our first pause of the match going out by Asian on the Survivor side. Alright, so we are indeed back. I'm not sure who pays the electric bills around here, but it seems as though the Discord server was just having fun trolling us for a moment. That first hit did get pretty much shut down as we go back live here, but honestly, as I was saying, like, okay, that tank, like, maybe it can get hittable, but they can probably try to AI him because the car that's hittable is on the other side of that bridge. So if that happens, Survivors run backwards. But it's going to be on Team Infected Minds, I'd say, Liquor, to get some good damage beforehand.
Yeah, and they really haven't measured up to what we saw earlier in the previous half round. But we'll see what happens here. I'm also curious to see where they decide to play the tank.
Guns here.
I expect they'll probably try to keep it in a similar spot, because I don't know if the spot was the issue with the Survivors not doing spectacularly well. We do have a Hunter landing right there. Other Hunter gets cleared. Charger does go out and gets a nice double charge into the corner on that quad cap attempt that did not quite land. Okay amount of damage, as we mentioned, but that's going to be all for that hit. Now, they should be able to get the tank up on the Survivor side of things.
Reloading. Reloading.
And I think, yeah, it's going to be up now, yeah. It's going to be in the hands of Ammo, right? And I kind of want a worm, honestly. I want like a special infected worm for this.
Let's do it.
Alright, let's take it over to our first worm of the game for Team Infected Mind.
¿Será esto bueno o chingón?
Oh, wait.
¿Ya? ¿Escuchan?
Ujú.
Ok.
Distrae.
Hey, I'm reloading.
Am I going in?
Yeah, I think you should.
Only one.
That's
I
just
guess
one
I'm going.
bomb, but
Flatline tank.
wanna go with that or wait?
Stay here.
Wanna hit?
Yeah, go for it.
Que lo juegue largo, güey. Los ve. Dale.
I'm stuck. What the fuck?
Just see them.
Just yeah, keep side.
Question.
Fucking lag. Don't let
Show
them
us.
chip you that
Following
much.
me.
Be careful. Yeah. Can you climb?
bad.
Can you climb right there? Oh no. I don't think you can climb on that side.
I have to go in with this.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm reloading.
I'm gonna try to push him into the boomer.
Yeah, sure. Going.
Pause.
Fuck.
Reloading.
Oh no.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. That was the first tank of the game for Team Infected Minds in the hands of Ammo right there. Only getting a single punch, actually, on that due to the fact that the Survivors were able to push him and then go back to an open area. Liquor, what'd you see there?
Well, I saw the tank doing a really good job of keeping sight, mitigating damage, but the commit just did not work out. There was not any connection with the survivors, and the support from the special wasn't there for the tank.
Yeah, I mean, in an open area like that, the boomer went way, way late, and I think the tank was looking for a corner, and then he looked to redirect and just kind of got caught in the center of that street there without really a corner in sight. So now, unless something tragic happens to Team Coach Shave's Academy on this, they have a massive bonus. Tank is already dead, and obviously a lot of momentum on their side.
Yeah, the pressure's really on for some damage now. They have to make something happen here.
A good start. It's gonna be a good double cap actually going out with Lecky getting charged in the corner there and the stick going out on top of her. They can probably, if they do that like 5 more times, they'll be okay. But right now, like I said, it's a good start because when you have a bad tank on the special effect side, I think like okay, we have how many more hits to go through on this map? There is a witch as well and a mini event, plus the fact that they have that death charge I mentioned earlier and a ladder choke, so they can probably knock a good amount off this bonus. But to be this healthy with this percent of the way through the map, that's gonna be a little bit hard for the infected to deal with, I would say. Boomer's gonna go in though and get the double boom.
Waiting.
Yeah, they're saying the rest of it now. Hunter's gonna go on and land. It goes down on top of Rochelle, so that's okay. But now they gotta have a hell of a hit on this witch.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing a little bit of coordination issues. I think going on where we're not seeing that team kind of all connect and synchronize yet. Hopefully that's going to change.
Yeah, they need some kind of multi-cap, and I think Asian really wanted to pull that witch, but looks like it's going to be Nick instead. Charger's going to go and not getting much of anything. Witch is working her way and is going to get nicely draw crowned right there by Lecky, and that's a Charger dead as well, and I don't know about that call from the special infected there, Liquor. I would like to see them go a little bit more together.
I would have liked to see the Charger from behind. I think that would have probably made more sense than charging basically back behind the witch.
Yeah, I guess the idea was that maybe the Charger would distract the survivor from hitting that crown, but obviously it did not work. Boomer goes in, gets a single boom as the survivors keep working their way forward, but are they thinking of they could try to hit with this right now? But they're infected all over the place, actually. That jockey's gonna die. I don't know exactly what's going on the special infected side.
Yeah, there seems to be an issue with their coordination. They don't seem to be hitting together, and I'm seeing a couple group hits where they're kind of trickling in one by one. And that really isn't what they're going to be able to get away with this other team. They're going to have to pick it up and start trying to attack in unison.
That's what it was. Okay, so host has indeed crashed. That's why the jockey went in a little bit alone right there. But, I mean, even before that, the Charger had already gone, and there'd been a bit of a problem with just, again, waiting for 4 spawns to be up and going in. That Boomer got a single boom, and the rest of the hit maybe wanted to go on that. But they're missing a choke point here, because if they hit now, that incline that they have to walk up is actually pretty devastating if you have a hit for it, but if they don't, then Spyro's going to be able to keep pushing, and they still have a 700-point bonus right now on the side of Team Coach Shave's Academy, and that's a lot for this map, as I said.
Yeah, at this point, it's not looking good for a first-round start. We're looking at a potentially huge lead in the first round, and this will kind of be a comeback game if that does happen.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, and the map to make the comeback, usually, it can be map 3, but with 2 tanks you have, Finale is a meme and a half, depending on where the survivors decide to fight the tank and or if the infected know how to counter that. And then map 2, it can be done map 2, but they really need an early tank spawn, and they have to beat the event at the end of that map as well. We are back live, though. Infected Mind's going to get 4 back on, and they're probably going to kill this horde and maybe save that hit now for that incline, as I mentioned before.
Hey, Nick.
Ammo up here.
They could have gotten a quad, too, but they actually got another spitter. So it's going to be a Charger, Hunter, Spitter, and another spawn is going to be... So it's a 2-2 again, and this can do an okay amount of damage, like I said, but... I don't know. They have to land a pretty good boom, then maybe... They're all coming from the front again, though. Boomer goes in, gets popped. Charger going in, going to get leveled by Asian. And that's, again, what we were talking about, Liquor. They were a little disjointed with that. They all went in together, but all from the same direction.
And not really quite all together. Coordination is just not there yet for these guys.
I don't know if it's a product of just not knowing the map, because I saw their match from, I think it was last week when they played on Parish, and their infected seemed pretty together, but at this stage they are going to have a 3 cap with a spitter here. Hunter gets picked though, so it's going to be a double cap with a spit instead, and Asian might just push down this ladder. I think he's gonna. Yeah, no, why? Oh my goodness.
He got hung.
Lupe gets ledge hung. The Lucky does manage to keep that Hunter. Now the spit's gonna go in. Huh? Oh yeah,
Some
I mean
spit
that,
damage going out right now. A
that
little
was a
bit.
meme.
Reloading here.
That was an absolute meme. I don't even know right there. Charger's gonna land though onto Asian. That's not a witch that you heard right there. That actually is just a map. That was another very staggered sequence. That was kind of an awkward first chapter by both teams. But now Coach Dave's Academy is gonna reach the station with a total score of 1,213 points to 134 for Infected Minds. That is the kind of lead you're looking for if you're looking
That
to
is
advance.
a commanding lead.
That's crazy.
The other team is going to have to work very hard, Coach Dave's Academy, to against Coach Dave's Academy for Infected Minds to come back.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And like I said, I didn't want to have that be like the tone-setting thing for some of these 4-map campaigns, but that's going to be something where they're going to need to play absolutely lights out for the rest of these chapters. And this tank is late, so that's not going to help their case. It's like 76%.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
You have to hope for an early tank on pretty much every map when something like this happens, because that's exactly what you need, is that early tank.
Yeah, I mean, and for an elimination game kind of atmosphere like that, like now it's like, okay, if you lose this game, you're not advancing to the knockout stage, and you really just need to find a way to pull that together. They're gonna, and you know what, honestly, I don't know what you think, but maybe trying to go for, like, not every hit, but if you have the opportunity to go for a quad or see like a boom you can sack to maybe get a spitter or a 4th pinner, this might be the time to think about that.
I definitely agree. I mean, it's a little bit of a long shot, but you really need a long shot with this at this point. You got to bring this game back under control. So a 4-cap would be great.
Yeah, I mean, finale, it's definitely possible to get that 4-cap with a gauntlet event for the survivors, but like I said, you don't want your... If your hopes of advancing are down to a quad cap on a gauntlet finale, that's probably not what you're... probably not ideal with what you're looking for, but again, there's a lot of game left to be played.
Let's go. Take everything I can.
Let's see here, because that first hit can do a lot of damage too, but they don't have a spitter again. It's a Charger, Smoker, Jockey, and a Boomer, and how about you tell us a little bit more about it, Liquor?
Well, I think they're going to be probably baiting this out pretty hard, because we all know what's going to happen as soon as they climb that ladder. We got the Boomer, boomed out, one person. And I think they're probably going to try to get the Smoker in first.
Looks like they're all kind of going from there. Charger's gonna miss. Smoker does match and land on to Asian, and the Jockey almost gets to pull back down, but that's gonna put their spawns kind of out of sync again, because now Hernandez is gonna have a spawn. It's gonna be a Hunter, but there's still like a good probably 13 or 14 seconds before our host gets his spawn to match with that. I'm surprised, actually. I'm not gonna lie. That Infected Minds Infected seems a little bit out of their mind so far.
Yeah, the stagger between the spawn timers kind of tells the story, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this Boomer's gonna try to go in. Manages to get a nice double boom in the back. Charger coming in from the back, not gonna land though, going straight over the top. Jockey Hunter coming in staggered. There goes the Skeet, there goes the M2, and again, that looked pretty good with that double boom, but everything just whiffing and not together like with the way they need to be.
Not connecting, and definitely not the way they need to be given the deficit that we're already seeing.
Reloading.
The damage so far, I mean, it's not nothing, but if they can get like a full like coordinated hit at some point, maybe for the Witch, that would be ideal. And I think we're probably going to have to stick it mostly with Coach Dave's Worm, because I believe they are speaking Spanish in the Infected Minds Worm. I'm not sure if either of the tournament administrators has a preference towards that, but probably going to keep it with the English language Worm just for the sake of things. We do have that Charger trying to long charge, Boomer going in,
Triple
gets
boom,
a very strange quad boom. Charger going for punches as well, trying to get taken out by a melee. Indeed it does. That was a little bit better, but again, by the time that Boomer landed everything there, like the two of the pinners were already dead, essentially.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I think that's what we've been kind of seeing hit after hit, unfortunately.
Actually, if people are okay with watching the Spanish Worm, I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with it. So we can keep it with that with an Infected Minds Worm as well. And we do have Asian going for this crown, getting the nice run crown, making that Witch a non-issue. And I don't know, Liquor, the next part of this map is kind of a meme for Special Infected. It's very open.
Yeah, it's not easy to get anything off right here, but they're gonna try. So let's see what happens. Minimal damage, nothing too big. They're still in very good shape for the tank.
Yeah.
Reloading.
And I mean, this tank actually might spawn in this forward areas, and the survivors can decide to either move it back or play it here, but infected minds need to wipe. Like, they absolutely just need to wipe. And I mean, at this stage, it's going to be a charger, smoker, jockey, and a boomer. Again, if they can get some kind of hit right now before that tank is up, that would be good, but this tank's going to have to rely maybe on a hittable or something.
Yeah,
I'm not
single
even sure.
boom, charger going in, jockey gets shut down, smoker pulling, cleared very quickly.
And I mean, they all came from the same direction again, though, is the thing.
Yeah, the misdirection definitely would help a lot, especially when you're dealing with a higher tier team like this. They're not going to be easily fooled.
Absolutely not. And it looks as though we are going to have another pause going out by Coach Abe's Academy. And hey, for those in chat saying that, like, it's people's fault if they can't speak English, or speak English too, but speak Spanish, I do agree with that. I happen to, but I'm just not sure what the Alice policy was on keeping war rooms either, you know, English or Spanish or Russian, because there have been points to that before where teams have been communicating with Finnish, and we've been like, oh, we can't go to that war room because it's not in English, so I'm totally down to throw it back at that war room. I think that actually would make it more entertaining, because you can still tell, even if you can't speak Spanish, you can tell a lot from, like, the emotions and the voices and that kind of stuff when a team is trying to make that kind of comeback. And then speaking of that, the tank is up in the hands of Host, who is the captain for Infected Minds. How about we toss it over to another Infected Minds, Spanish Infected war room?
Alright, let's do it, Rails.
I cannot curve with this. Lag. No, voy a jugar largo. Just hit this. I'll play long. Nice.
Reloading.
Fuck.
Está yendo, güey.
Try to land the boomer whenever you can.
Todos están yendo, todo.
Where's my car? Oh fuck, shit. Going all the way back.
Sí.
I'm just gonna commit. Wait, save it. Really? Oh my god. Okay, I got it. Help me soon, help me soon. Help me soon, now. Fuck. Nice hit.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. That jockey is still going out. Interesting call right there by Coach Abe's Academy to bring that all the way back through the map, trying to AI the tank, I'm pretty sure, and take him back into an open field, and they got punished for it pretty well, I'd say, Liquor.
Thanks.
I'd say we're definitely seeing a much better performance out of Infected Minds with this tank than with the previous map. They've got some solid damage onto the survivors.
Grab a weapon.
That hit that they did during the tank commit, I think, was crucial to the success of their hit and the overall damage that they achieved.
Exactly, yeah, and they got that separation. Host was on 5% rage for the time he got into that center, and they managed to land a rock there, and his support pretty much did the rest to at least lower that bonus a good amount. Jockey, Charger, Spitter, and a Smoker for this hit, and that jockey's trying to climb a ladder that does not work. That is one of the many things on Haunted Forest for some reason that just, on custom maps in general, and I believe Nick's on top of that rock too, so he's not going to take any of that spit damage, but I think that might be what his Liquor is. I don't know if IM knows the map too well.
I think that does play a role. I mean, we know the other maps so well, like the common ones, that every little nook and cranny you can kind of analyze and sort of foresee what's going to happen. And I think for most of us, these maps are less familiar, and it's not as easy to decide like where you're going to go and exactly how you're going to position yourself if you just don't have the number of hours that we do.
Exactly, yeah, I mean, and this event can be deadly. They have a Jockey Hunter and a Smoker, but I think they should probably save for either the quad cap attempt or just for like the spit, so that they can sandwich the survivors in a place where the horde doesn't stop and just force them to deal with it instead of like just sending hits in like that and hoping for some kind of stagger. And they do actually get the quad.
And I think the jockey is running back right now to despawn so they can try to pull the squad off.
This is kind of the thing that they need, because like at this point, like if they make the safe room for Coach Dave's Academy right here with this kind of bonus, the game is not quite out of reach, but the pressure is going to be crazy. So here's the hit going in. Hunter manages to land. Intercept though is skeeted right there, and the Smoker does get cleared as well. So tough to land that quad cap, especially in an area like that when the survivors are standing in one place avoiding the horde. But that was probably IM's best shot to completely wipe them. They can get a good amount of damage if they climb this ladder, but Coach Dave's Academy are looking to make it fast.
I mean, I think at this point they've really got to focus on Lupe and David, and try to get as much damage onto those, get rid of that permanent health, try to mitigate their losses, so to speak.
Exactly, yeah, I mean, they still have 491 bonus on the side of the special infected right here. Hunter's gonna swap in the front though, Charger's gonna come in from the back, gets a nice double charge with the spin going down on top of that. That is exactly what they needed. That's gonna be a full down onto Lecky, and that Boomer's gonna go and get the tri-boom as well. That's gonna put their bonus down, I'd probably say by maybe 150, close to 200 points, depending on how the damage bonus is spread out like that. And they should be able to get another hit prior to the safe room since that button has not yet been turned off.
Yeah, the bonus currently stands at 230.
Yeah, that was like a 200-point drop right there in the bonus, which is exactly what they need. They really need the wipe, but at this point they're still trying to stay in it. There is going to be another hit up right now. Smoker, Hunter, Spitter, and a Jockey. And the survivors are standing still. This is probably not going to do a fantastic amount, but that Jockey managed to land as that skeet went out, and that's going to be a clear on that Jockey that was on Nick. And the Smoker actually landed as well. Okay, well,
and that's permanent. That's permanent health right there.
Exactly, yeah. So what? They got their bonus down to
the 203, so the 27 points, which isn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it looks like the Phoenix is going to be limping her way in, but that's going to put Coach Dave's Academy over 2,000 points for the first two maps of Haunted Forest right here in this elimination game from Group B, 2038 to 134. Okay, well, this is where Infected Minds needs to play much, much better Survivor, especially if they go back to another open area.
Without a doubt. I know that it's got to be a little bit disheartening when you're in this kind of a situation.
This is going to be a hell of a tank to survive for Team Infected Minds, and I think Coach Dave is going to look to try and put that away almost for his team as long as they don't wipe in some spectacular fashion in the next couple maps. First hit, once again, is a Jockey, Charger, Smoker, and a Boomer, and I'll throw it over to you.
Yeah, let's see how they handled it. Now, usually this is a pretty good choke hit. With the Boomer coming in, oftentimes I'll see a Smoker trying to get the first pull, and then Jockey coming in after that. So we have them all set up top, waiting for them to finish baiting and actually commit. And it looks like the Smoker's getting ready to go in.
Oh, that's what they wanted right there. That Smoker's going to miss the intercept. The Jockey does match. Land Charger's going to whiff. Jockey goes out for a pretty good amount of damage, but the pinner did not land. Oh, yeah, that's a good amount of damage onto ammo. Already knocking him down to 63 HP, stacking onto him. It could have been a lot worse, though.
Definitely could have been worse. But that is about what I would expect to see there at that choke. That's not an easy choke to take without suffering any damage.
Yeah, I mean, and the pressure is really kind of off right now for Team Coach Dave's Academy. Like, they're going to be able to basically, you know, just keep saying their hits, not really needing to get anything huge, but just keep stacking damage like that and see exactly what they can do. They have the potential for something massive, though. The Smoker, Jockey, Hunter, and a Charger with this quad cap attempt. Smoker's going to spawn up as well. In the front, going to get the pull. Charger's going to go in, managing to land. Hunter gets cleared. Jockey gets M2'd, but that was almost disastrous. Good clears by IM, though.
Very good clears.
So what? They're at about 40% right now. They're gonna have the Witch to deal with in a second, I'm pretty sure. But then after that, the next big hit I'd say for Team Coach Dave's Academy is gonna be when they push through one of these mountains. And I'm actually not seeing the Witch quite yet.
I think they have to get a little bit closer to him before showing up
Reloading here.
Interesting. Because at this point, it should have spawned already. I hear? No, I don't hear. Huh. Okay then, Boomer's gonna get popped from this infected hit going in. Smoker, Spitter, and a Jockey for the rest.
It looks like they're holding.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, at this point, like I said, they can go for witch hits and that kind of stuff because they really don't really have to worry. Here comes the draw crown. Gonna get the draw crown though. That's gonna be a nice crown by Christian. Gonna get cleared right there. And okay, this is This is good for IM. They've avoided disaster for the most part. They've taken an okay amount of damage. And do you think they go all the way back and try to AI that tank as well?
It is a strategy that I've seen played before. I will be curious to see what they decide to do, if they decide to just face the tank head on in an open area, or if they decide to run back and try to force an AI. It also really in large part depends on the tank too. The other tank in the previous round did not give them the chance to AI because he only hit the car like once or twice and then just made sure to keep his sight. Sometimes playing with those hittables, it's very tempting. And we've been hit going out, we have 3 boom. And a Hunter getting some massive damage in the front.
That was a good amount of damage from that hit, as you did mention. That quad boom did exactly what they needed, and they got those pinners to work in on the side. I mean, they could run him back, or they could try to keep him here. I'm not 100% sure what the call on that's going to be. There's still a lot of horde coming in from the back as well, and I think they're going to be able to get the tank up right about now. This tank's going to be up in the hands of Asian as this hit comes in. Hunter is going to get heated right there. Spitter, Charter, and a Smoker for the rest. How about we take it over to a Coach Javes Academy Worm and see how Asian plays his tank.
Let's do it.
Reloading.
Spitter, huh?
Alright.
Could we hit?
Yeah, good hit.
Sure. Let's hit her in the corner. I saw that earlier.
I'm fucked. I'm actually fucked.
Did you drop?
Oh god.
They're going back. They might AI you. Yeah.
Can you guys hit? Possibly?
Yes. Sure.
Wanna hit? You guys go. And then
Yeah.
have Boomer go last.
Sure. Go ahead.
Go Boomer. Get the Boomer.
I got stuck.
Good boom.
Yeah. Landed in front. Yeah, you got it. Oh, no. That's... They're going all the way back.
I'm bad.
Just help the AI when they commit. Holy
Yeah,
fuck,
no,
how
they-
far back are they going? How far back do they think they need to go? There's like a dozen more hits. Okay, safe from Digo.
This is a bad spot for them.
Nice boom. We'll help the tank when he commits. When he's...
For it. You can go after the
Go
boom, guys.
in.
Don't let them, guys. Alright, help him out, help him out. Nice trip out.
He's not very smart. Oh my god!
You're fucking lying.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. AI tank! I don't know how the MVP thing works, but someone over there right now at MavWar.com put AI tank as an MVP option. You have 2 maps to do it. Put the AI tank as an MVP option right there. AI tank committing in, getting a double corner with a 3-cap for support after Team IM run back the entire map. I will vote for that tank like 3 times if you put it up there. Liquor, what did we just watch?
Like you, I was a little surprised they decided to run as far back as they did. I have seen people fight in the church before, but not from that far up on the map. And given their health and other issues going on with the team at that point where they were, I don't think I would have gone back that far to fight the tank. I think the other big mistake we saw there was nobody was walking on the second floor, so all the infected hits were coming pretty much as they wanted them to, right from the second floor with very little cover. Just dropping down on them, as we saw with the double boom, and then the AI tank got the double punch corner. In the down end.
There's a thing where you can just never like discount AI tank sometimes. Like, yeah, most of the times, you know, okay, they throw rocks when they should and stuff like that, but sometimes AI tank AI tank just does something awesome, and that was one of those situations where he clutched it. His team got a nice double boom. All of his support landed, and he just did the rest. I will say though that was an okay call, I think, at the start, but they went way too far back into a very bad spot to deal with 5 SI at once.
I suspect that they thought they had to AI the tank more than what they actually did, and perhaps thought when they were running back they were still in the process of AIing it, and that's perhaps why they went back as far as they did.
Yeah, and for those asking, this is the third of 4 maps. Team Coach Dave's Academy has a 1,500 point lead just about going into this, and that Boomer's gonna get popped. Hunter, and a Spitter right now for the rest of this hit. I mean, if you're Team IM, the only call left in the book is that you need to wipe them, like, with this first tank of the piano prior to the second tank spawning. And then at that point, you gotta kill 2 tanks perfectly and make the map and pray to God you're close enough for finale.
And I think what they're probably doing is hoping for a charger right now to couple with the Spitter. Or not.
See, that's the thing, and they keep doing it where, like, okay, they send something in, right, to try to initiate. The initiator either lands or just gets popped or something like that, shut down, usually like a boomer, and then you either wait for the next hit, but then they're hitting with 3, so only 3/4 of what they should usually have when the survivors move forward. And when you're trying to hit survivors like that, especially when they're ready for it, you know, you're not giving yourself a very good chance at doing much of anything. There is a witch in play right here in this hallway, kind of a tough spot for the survivors, but I expect them to draw her back.
And they're gonna...
Oh, Boomer's gonna spot next to the witch and not disturb her whatsoever because LOL video game. We're gonna have Coach going in, managing to land that, and we do have a Hunter landing in the back for a split second, but only 1 point of damage so far for Team IM.
Yeah, I think this is at the point where you're looking at the spirits of IM maybe go down a bit, and we're kind of seeing it in the gameplay. We're still seeing the same staggered hits that we saw before. We're not seeing that team synchronicity that really needs to be there going up against Coach Dave's Academy.
Exactly. This tank is going to be up for Team IM to the hands of Hernandez himself. It's going to be a Spitter, Hunter, and a Boomer for the rest of this hit, which I assume they're going to be stacking relatively soon. Spitter's going to die, and how about we... Oh, nice melee ski, too, by Asian onto that Hunter. And that double boom is in, and I think it's probably going to stay out, but I kind of want to hear a Coach Dave Survivor War for this first tank.
Let's do that.
Lupe, make sure you're all around the edge.
Yep. Make sure that these are both blocked, like, all the way. Lupe, just, like, you don't even need to chip tank, you just need to block that spawn.
I'm reloading.
Reloading.
Nice. So.
Shoot the zombies.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. That was the first tank of this map of 2 in the hands of Hernandez for Team IM. And what'd you see there, Liquor?
Well, I'd like to say that that I saw them put forth a really good effort to try to make something happen with their tank, but it just did not come together. The Infected pretty much got shut down while trying to support the tank. There was a little bit of movement in the early on, but after that, the tank wasn't able to pressure the survivors and get any corners or any significant damage on them. So we're still looking at a very, very healthy post-tank team.
Yeah, and this next tank is at 62. I mean, if they can bring back to that starting area is really hard to get a corner first this tank because of just how open it is and that kind of stuff. And I think they were waiting for him to get that lock before setting the support. And honestly there, especially if it's the first of 2 tanks, you kind of want to try to loosen the survivors up, send support in a little bit early, try to create some cappers for the tank to then capitalize on once they get cleared. But now they've really got to wipe.
Reloading.
Yeah, I mean, a multi-boom is really what you're looking for with that tank because it is such a big open area. You need to get some hang-up on Horde.
Exactly. That's a good amount of spit going out right there. Survivors are just going to push through it, however, as that Jockey and that Hunter come in from the back. And we have a pause going out by Team IM as this tank is in the hands of Christian. But I think they're going to quick unready. Indeed they are, and this Hunter is still up in the front. How about we take it over to a Team IM Special Infected Worm, because they really got to make something happen now.
Do that.
Everybody grab a weapon. Reloading.
Ah, cabrón, no, aquí no. Ah, bueno, sí, por aquí arriba.
¿Para qué no eso, sí? Ah, sí.
Want you to have this.
Sure. Voy a tener que entrar con eso. Save the hit.
Mira, aquí podemos agarrar a uno. Es que ve, esas oportunidades son las de aquí.
Falta control. Wait for control.
Señor.
Reloading.
Reloading.
¿Listo, tank? Ready? Cuando quieras, ¿no?
Ahí está, agarra el otro.
¿Quién me mató?
Es que no se mueve este vato.
Nice damage. One more. Nice. One more. Joe.
Gentlemen, I need some help.
Speeder.
Want to lend me a hand here?
Over. From the safe room, maybe. I don't know. Oh well. I'll let you.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. There is only one survivor up. Now there's about to be two, maybe, if Coach can get this. Jockey's going in, not managing to land. This Boomer's got to do something. Like, this Boomer needs to delay here. This is the entire game, but Lecky gets the pop.
Oh.
Charger's going to have a spawn as well. Trying to get something. Now going to spawn up. Going in. Trying to troll. They really need a smoker. There's the smoker. Ammo can get this, but not from the safe room. He's going to be cleared by the pistol right there, even if he lands. Going to delay it once again. That was like 3 spawns in a row that Team IM had to end this, and they still have a chance to, actually. That tank by Christian doing an insane amount of work there, Liquor.
I was really impressed by Christian's tank. I did not expect it to be as successful as it was. He really kind of made something. I think their whole team came together a little bit better there. Unfortunately, Lecky did a great job shutting down all of their hits, trying to cap that last person and make this a wipe.
They should try to troll this, because once Lupe is almost dead, but that's a skeet going out by Lecky once again, and then Asian's gonna get the M2 on that jockey. But this is kind of what Team IM needed. They didn't get the wipe, obviously, at the first tank. They got it at the second tank, but now they need to kill them before they start getting distance points again, like midway down that hallway. With everyone bleeding, though, that's something they can try to capitalize on. They just gotta keep their SI together now and use some of that momentum to try to wipe Coach A's Academy.
Yeah, we definitely need to start seeing some more synchronized hits like we did on that one hit for the tank. If we can see that, I think we'll start to see full bleed on everybody.
Well, that does help right there. We have the Hunter land. The Smoker gets to pull out into the front right there onto Lecky for a second. And now it looks as though Mafina's going to be hoarded in the back for a second, not really advancing too well, trying to just clear off the commons. Asian wants to push really far ahead right now, and indeed he is, but his team is completely behind. He's very separated in the front. He's going to have to work his way back to them. That's going to give the Infected another hit, and Lupe is about to go down.
And you're only as fast as your slowest survivor, so this is a good opportunity for them to capitalize on.
Yeah, indeed. Looks as though distance points are going out again. That Charger's going to land all the way into the corner with a spit going down on top of that as well. So Asian's going to take a good amount of damage as the jockey jumps into him too. That's a down to Lupe and almost another down onto Asian. But now, if you're Team Coach A's Academy, you're just trying to push. Like, if you can get the last couple distance points, they are not that far away from the safe room, and that might be enough to just put it almost out of reach for IM.
Well, screw me. I'm not gonna make it.
But looks as though there'll be another hit coming up for Team IM as the survivors go outside here, and this is pretty close to the safe room for those unaware. Right now, we do have a survivor at black and white. Charger's going to go in there trying to free charge and whiffing. Smoker's not going to get much of anything. Jockey does get the end cap onto Asian and goes into the back again, landing onto Mafina as well. Looks as though Lupe's having some issues with those common. That Jockey's almost going to get it down on his own. Everyone's very low on their health right now. Liquor, they need to die.
They're still doing very well. They still could make it, but it's going to be a struggle, and it really comes down to what we see from the other team. But they've definitely knocked away their health bonus. Unfortunately, I don't think that will be enough to turn the tide, given the lead that they have.
Yeah, I mean, 2 survivors are black and white. One's at 1 HP. Hunter's going to come in from the back there, managing to land. Charger is going to go in and not going to hit much of anything, but we do have a death going on to Lupe. Yeah. But if you look at it right, I mean, even though they played that second tank as poorly as they did on the Survivor side, Team Coach A's Academy does still have about 500 points for this map after 2 tanks, so Team IM are going to have to do something similar to Christian's tank right there, but just kind of try to clutch it and bring it home if they can find a way to just not take damage on either of those tanks and make safe for him.
I mean, that's really what you have to say, but going through 2 tanks with no damage, that's no small feat, to be sure.
Asian pushes forward there and does manage to take out the jockey. I think Asian is black and white, so he's just going. And again, they're getting more points for this, as a matter of fact. And right now, everything's important for Team Coach Abe's Academy and for IM. Asian's going to be +1 black and white now, but they're still inching forward and getting a good deal for it. And that's the problem, like that wipe that they almost had, that if they had managed to land, it would have made it even better for them, but now we're nearing 600 points for Coach Abe's Academy on this map. By the way, as Asian shuts down that jockey and then gets killed by the smoker, that's not the way to the safe room. That's definitely not the way to the safe room.
I know that would definitely one of the complaints of the Haunted Forest is how confusing some of these maps can be. This one in particular is much like a maze.
Yeah, I mean, Carrot Off is kind of the same way, but they really just gotta, like, they gotta go through that door there, and that's the safe room, and they're still inching close to, and they're actually gonna have over 600 points through this chapter now. You know what, Lecky and Mafina are looking to make it. They have that jockey going in, getting M2'd shut down, Boomer's gonna go in, spawning there, Spit's gonna go down, Charger going in, and it's going to die, but that is gonna be the wipe on the Coach Abe's Academy, but they are up by almost 2,100 points, Liquor, going into IM's Survivor round.
Definitely in the driver's seat, barring them doing something. Well, I don't know. Mathematically, is this even possible anymore?
With this map and finale, yes, but in order to do it,
because I was going to say otherwise, they would have to do something incredibly out of character from what we've seen in their play to see this game turn around in favor of Infected Minds.
I mean, it's a 700-point map, distance alone, right? And then you've also got 1,400 bonus. So they could score, 2,100 points on this map. Obviously not going to happen, but if they could score, even with 50% bonus somehow, like, the tanks back here aren't fantastically hard to shut down. We just saw some great SI synchronization on that second tank. There's some other great SI synchronization as those hunters landed literally at the same time. Boomer gets popped on Hernandez as well, and that is devastating.
That was a great Infected hit that went out there. The coordination, synchronicity that we're seeing there, that's what we need to see with Infected Minds in their Infected play.
I mean, Coach Abe's Academy right there, that was a perfect example of a 2-2 hit plus that Boomer proxy stumble. Like, if they're hitting like that, I don't think Infected Minds are going to be in very good shape when it comes to surviving both of those tanks. And there is a witch that is a little bit hard to play, as mentioned before, behind this door. Jockey spawns up early and is looking to make some distraction noises in the front with a Charger, Boomer, and a Hunter also in the queue.
Flashlights out.
And they're getting ready, I think, to break through that wall and hit them from behind during the trigger.
Damn.
Yeah, there's the draw crown coming out by Rochelle, which breaks the door, going in, and Rochelle is going to be able to kill that
Beautiful
witch.
2-boom.
Yeah, 2-boom went out right there with a little bit of jockey damage, but relatively speaking, that was a pretty well taken hit by IM.
Yeah, it could have been far worse if the witch hadn't gotten crowned. That could have been disastrous. So good for IM.
Ellis? Yeah, Ellis just took a little bit more time getting back than you might have liked. That's going to give Team Coach Abe's Academy a hit on this run back. I thought he was running forward for a second, was very confused. Takes up the hands of Lupe for Team Coach Abe's Academy. How about we throw it over to a Coach Abe's Academy Special Infected Worm?
I probably should have saved the smoker. Fuck me.
Fuck.
That
Okay.
looks
Lucky.
wait. Lupe, you're gonna end up going with this. Get ready.
I couldn't find spawn.
Is that it? Is that really it? Wow. Disappointing. See what Lexi gets.
Above the smoker.
Yeah, pull for. Take that. Nice. Wait. Nice, Lupe. Keep going. Keep doing the work. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Holy fuck, that
Oh, that
distance.
was a double. Good job, Lupe.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking Lupe, dude.
Lupe's a beast. I'm so
Cheers the
confused.
shell, dude. Nice. Still alive?
Oh my god. Wow. Damn. I believe in the boom. Nice. I believed well. Now I'm gonna go. Okay. Jockey. Remorse! Alright. Good job.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We wiped the
Fuck
first thing
that.
like we would! We said we would and we did it! Good job.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. That is Lupe's tank from Coach Dave's Academy getting the wipe right there on a Team IM. That is going to seal it. And that's going to be Team Coach Dave's Academy essentially making it to the knockout stages with those 2 wins. Liquor, what went wrong there?
I think a lot of things went wrong. I think there's some of the things that we mentioned throughout the whole game, which is hits were not being coordinated. You did not see when they were infected going in together at the same time, where we did with Coach Dave's, and you saw the difference that makes. Even that first initial hit that we saw with the knockback and the spit, like everything laid out perfectly to maximize their damage, even with the 2-2. And that's the kind of play when you're dealing with high-level teams like this. You have to have that level of play. You can't be staggering hits and putting people in and people not being ready for that kind of thing. It just the other team is going to capitalize on that, and as you saw with the first round, that can lead to a massive early lead.
Yeah, I mean, and we were kind of mentioning that the hopes of a comeback kind of hinged on the fact they would take the tank well in that area, and obviously, I mean, they made a few misplays with Rochelle getting too close to the tank, Smoker got a pull and then a repull, a bunch of other things happened where, you know, it's just, can you utilize space as survivors and kite away from that? Lupe got a great couple of rocks and was able to capitalize then on his support, you know, making a good amount of distractions for him, and that was exactly what Coach Dave's Academy needed. This is still important, though, because Coach Dave's Academy is now looking at 2-1 to increase their score differential. Smoker gets cleared, Jockey goes in, Charger going in as well, Charger's going to whiff. That was very unfortunate. I think that Charger almost had like a double charge down that staircase, but again, this is going to put Team Coach Dave's Academy at 2-1. I am going to be eliminated at 1-2, and now it's a question of, you know, if Jaeger Bagels can beat Team Warriors of Heaven, then Coach Dave's Academy, depending on score differential, could actually win the group.
Yeah. I mean, I think right now they're really just playing to probably maximize their points and get as large of a difference as they can, which they've already done a great job at doing. And I would like to say too that the tank that we saw from Lupe was really well played, dominated that space from last round.
Exactly. We do have that coming in here right now with that Hunter taking the Smoker's target, and it was actually almost a 3-cap. Nice little moral victory there for Team IM. But again, that synergy was somewhat lacking in the first couple of maps especially. I don't know if it was unfamiliar with the map or if they haven't scrimmed a whole lot, you know, but now if Coach Dave's Academy can keep racking up the score, typically you don't want to do that in a game, but one of the tiebreakers in this tournament is that score differential metric. So if they can keep getting a good amount of points here, they can really, really help their case. That's going to be a Charger going in, not landing in the front. Boomer coming in from the back, managing to land a double boom right there. And then a Hunter Jockey going in. Jockey's going to land, but quickly cleared. And the Hunter has not yet hit.
And this is kind of a familiar scene that we've experienced before in some of these other plays. It looks like the Hunter's going to go back and despawn and hopefully try to get another hit together as a team.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're going to get another quad, but I'm expecting closer to a 2-2. Maybe a spitter here, I'm not sure. But they also try to go for an insta-kill. Looks as though Machina's lagging a little bit, and they actually do get that through in the spit, but everything's coming in from the back. Once again, Charger completely off on that. Smoker gets a pull on to Asian right there, but again, not a massive amount of damage going out. And I'm also going to be curious to see where these survivors take this tank, but like I said, they are trying to maximize their points. And no, I do not believe the survivor lagged. I think that was probably you, host. Yeah.
I would imagine so. He's at about 194 right now.
Well, actually, I think Ellis is skipping across the map as well. Indeed, yeah, Ellis is. So Machina's having a little bit of an issue, looking like my old teammate Verdansky right there with the amount of lag that she has on her. That's going to be a skeet going out by Asian. Hunter going in, Jockey getting dead stopped again by Asian, and that's going to be a quick clear on that Hunter.
So up to this point, Survivor's doing a really good job mitigating their damage as they work towards the tank.
Yeah, I mean, there's only like one ladder choke left, I'm pretty sure, plus when they drop off the other side of that wall. And I just think right now, it's still gonna be... Actually, it's gonna be a... Did Ammo already have? I thought Ammo had first map tank, or am I going insane?
Ammo, I think already did have his tank.
Huh.
So this will be...
Oh, Charter Dragon gonna get melted.
This is gonna be host tank?
No, I think actually because Host disconnected that one round, it screwed up the order. So right now it's still showing as Ammo getting another tank for me. I'm not sure if Infected Mind is going to care to switch that or not at this point. But again, it's really, like, it's unfortunate for them because, like we said, we were hyping this up with a 1-1 versus 1-1 game on our hands, and Infected Minds just, I don't know, maybe it's Haunted Forest. Like I said, custom maps throw a wrench into things for some teams just because they're not familiar with the map layout and stuff like that. Jockey's gonna land and is going to get cleared. Smoker tries to go in, gets cleared as well. And the tank is up again into the hands of Ammo for Team Infected Minds. Let's take it over to a Coach Dave's Academy Worm because they're gonna fight this tank this way.
I don't even know where the fuck to fight this thing. To be honest. Just gonna run
It's
back.
okay. And pray what?
Yeah. I want these.
Pray. This should be fun.
Oh, Charger?
Sure.
Big push him.
Do you think he's in here? Yeah, look at the push him. Where is he? He's above. He's coming on top.
You coming back? I like right here. I like this right here.
Oh.
Nice. Pick me up. Someone get the boomer.
What do you say to that?
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. I am not sure where Team Coach Dave's Academy would fight that, or if they were just running back and forth. I didn't really hear the war room. I mean, it worked for them, but now they're going to have to retake a couple of these choke points, either with constant event horde or even with no horde, but just SI spawns. Actually, I don't think the horde restarts till they get way further up, so maybe they can just walk the map again, but I actually know I believe the horde's actually still coming in, so they really just have to redo, you know, most of the map at this point. Liquor, I was confused by that.
I was really confused with that, but even with the infected play as well, because we only saw, I think, one of the special go and support the tank when he committed, and the other two didn't actually get in until after the tank was dead.
Yeah, I mean, that hit's gonna get shut down for the most part, and now they're gonna be right back up here again. And, I mean, at this stage, they still have a good amount of bonus, and we can see Coach Dave's Academy really just blow that score differential to smithereens at this point. I mean, I think they still have pills on top of the thing, too? No, they don't. Okay, they already took those. But
They
everybody's
have one
so
pill.
fast.
The one pill they're passing around.
Yeah.
Actually, they have two pills.
Not gonna get much of anything, and yeah, Ellis is lagging. Ellis is lagging a lot. Boomer, Hunter, and a Jockey for the rest of this, but really staggered hits still from Team IM. That's gonna be a Boomer pop going out in the back too after getting a one boom. Hunter trying to spawn, and they're literally going one by one right now, Liquor.
Yeah. I mean, this is unfortunate what we've seen for too many of the attacks this game, and I think that's why we're seeing the score differential that we're seeing. Just something you cannot do in a team of this caliber. You've got to bring it together.
Yeah, I mean, and the original goal, right? I mean, for some of these balancing things was to have all the teams, you know, have parity and to have that stuff. And honestly, I don't think I'll be maybe the devil's advocate here, but Charter's gonna go and Madden the land on the Asian gets leveled as it does. Jockey's gonna get M2'd right there in the front. Smoker gets cleared in the back. What I was gonna say though, Liquor, is that like the teams were designed with parity in mind almost, right? So it's like. I don't think the two teams are that far apart. I'm not sure what's happened to IM on this map, but judging from their play earlier, I really didn't think it was going to be anywhere near this kind of game.
I didn't either, looking at the initial lineup. The only other thing I can think of is that perhaps there hasn't been a lot of practice with the team on this map prior to this match. Maybe that's what we're seeing right now.
I think that's what it is. I mean, and with Coach Dave's Academy, they've obviously had a good amount of parity as well. Charter's going to go in, not going to land. Smoker's going to go in the back. Jockey getting M2'd. Now landing onto Asian, though. Gonna drag him down to the bottom of this pier, but that's gonna be pretty much it. Tank in the hands of Host doesn't really matter, and Coach Dave's Academy are gonna work their way onto that boat. Beautiful game by them, obviously, on both sides. They're gonna score over 4,000 points. 4,022, as a matter of fact. And I would like to mention that, you know, in an elimination game, that's a great showing by them. And unless Team IM, like, finds a way to make the boat, the fact that Team Coach Dave's Academy is going to win this by at least, I'd say, probably 2.5k, if Team Jaeger Bagels can beat Team Warriors of Heaven on the same map, I believe. I think it's Haunted Forest for both teams in that group, since they're trying to keep things, you know, synchronized. Then that could, this result, with a loss by Team Warriors of Heaven, would put Team Coach Dave's Academy ahead of them, I think, in the standings. I'm pretty sure.
And I guess that's why you'd say, you know, just keep trying regardless. Like, don't give up. And even when you're ahead, don't rest on your laurels, because it can pay dividends if you're trying to play this through.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, and Team IM, you know, commiserations to them. It's unfortunate for them that their tournament's going to end like this. And I think people are they watching? I can't really tell. That's going to be a couple pounds onto ammo in the front. They're just stacking. They just stack on ammo right there. That's going to be a lot of damage onto him. I think he did maybe just kind of plus forward there. But again, you know, we've descended into trenchant memery, but I would also like to mention that this does still have potential implications. I will mention that much. You know, if for whatever reason this is some kind of, you know, god-awful wipe before the tank or something like that, because Team IM's completely demotivated, like, this is still really helping Coach Dave's Academy in that regard, because every single point they can keep getting in that score differential helps their chance to potentially being that group winner.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Dave's Academy is looking at this and they're happy as can be. It's just making their job easier.
I'm reloading.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Charter Hunter Jockey and another spawn coming into queue in a second, and Team IM haven't even quite started the event yet, I'm pretty sure. Now they have, so the gate is starting to come up. It could be a quad cap attempt. Indeed it is. Charter Hunter Jockey and a Smoker. Are we going to see an exclamation point here from Team Coach Dave's Academy? I'm not sure. They've got that quad cap potential. Ellis is just standing on top of the button. I have no idea why Ellis is standing on top of the button, but that did pretty much mitigate the quad. So it's just a Charger and a Hunter now for the rest of this hit. Looks as though they're going to try to go in when the survivors are working their way out on that last dude in the back. I'm really not sure what Ammo's doing. He's taking a long time to follow his team.
Reloading.
Strange. And I would like to mention that MVP voting is also now open, so go to MavWar.com/voteMVP to choose who you think the MVP of this game should be. I think it's AI Tank. I'm not sure if he's an option, but you know. Nice peek going out by Ammo, but now the rest of the heads coming in. Asian looking for that charge, managing to land it onto Rochelle, and just a Boomer left in the queue. But as we said, a little bit disappointing here at Liquor, but again, this is going to give Team Coach Dave's Academy a great amount of momentum going into the first game of the knockout stages.
And so here we have Ammo. No one's passing him pills, which I'm a little surprised by.
I mean, that's another way to guarantee your team doesn't score a whole lot of points. If you only have one survivor, you know, who doesn't have pills the entire time and who is just completely slow, then I don't know. It's not ideal.
No, far from it. Far from it. That's an easy down right there too.
They're actually griefing him. They're shooting him. Or maybe he's trying to clear common. Are they actually griefing each other? Oh man. Oh man. Here comes the smoker pull going out onto Rochelle. Gonna get cleared. Charger's in the back as well, going for Rochelle.
Land it, connect.
Gonna land. And Ammo's still just working his way forward. I bet you they don't pick him up if he goes down.
Weapons over here.
I don't know. Or are they gonna keep? I don't know if they were intentionally trying to shoot him or just clearing common.
I can't believe the team hasn't noticed that he doesn't have pills at this point, so they are picking him up though.
And now next shooting coach. This is competitive Left 4 Dead 2, I would like to say. Boomer's gonna spawn up at the top, getting a nice double boom. Smoker, Hunter, and a Jockey for the rest of this hit. Hunter going in, Imagine Land. Nice double cap right there, almost a 3-cap going out. Smoker's gonna go in, trying to troll, missing that pull. Coach is getting Jockey all the way into the back right there. Now we do have a pull. Oh my gosh.
Pretty good Jockey damage on that carry back, slow clears. Yeah, I don't know that there's a whole lot more to say. I think we're seeing a demotivated team at this point.
Oh yeah, I mean, since they're out of the tournament, obviously they still have to keep playing, you know, this game to completion, but I'm still betting around that 2.5k score margin right here for Team Coach Dave's Academy. Hunter, Boomer, Spitter, and a Charger for this hit here on the ladder. We are going to see that speed go out onto Asian right there by Christian. And Charger's going to come in as well, trying to land, not going to land. And now it looks as though Coach Dave's Academy have done this thing where they're like, hey, we've seen IM's SI single spawn, we can do that too. I don't know exactly why, but again, I mean, at this point, we're kind of just waiting to see Team IM to die. And like I said, it's unfortunate, but, you know, if the group were different, they might have had a chance of making it at 1 and 2, but even with the score differential like this, they probably wouldn't have had a shot with that. Let's go, Ammo has finally gotten killed.
Well, that's something at least. At least they can run back on the tank.
Exactly. And now we do have this Charger going in, going to land on to Ellis right there for a pound. And now the Jockey and the Boomer seem to be saving. Tank's going to be up in the hands of Lecky. I expect him to blitz the tank, and that should just be it. But we'll see exactly, because Tank has spawned a little bit later into the hands of Lecky, as I mentioned before. And how about we take it over to a congratulatory Coach James Warren right here as Lecky tries to clean up.
Looking at right there.
Sorry.
Oh, no.
That was pretty unfortunate. You're starting, so I
What?
guess not. Yeah, I thought so.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. That is Team Infected Minds playing at least spoiler for that tank. I was convinced they were going to die at that tank. Indeed, they did not. Lecky was actually pushed very, very hard right there, trying to get the survivors in front of her. And that Boomer getting popped was not good in terms of her support. That log does not in-cap either. So now, Team Infected Minds still pushing their way forward. Now we're seeing a little bit more fight from them as they are on their way out of the tournament, but still at least trying to get something to go down. Charger is going to land with a Jockey in front as well. Stick going down on the charge. That's going to be a lot of damage going out on the host right there, especially with that ping.
Good separation there with the Jockey.
So, and as you kind of mentioned in our castle room there, you know, if Team IM were able to do that a little bit earlier in the game, it would have been a lot closer, and they are going to eclipse that 2,500 point margin that I mentioned. They have a chance of making the boat as well, but there's still a lot of distance in the cover. I think Rochelle's holding W, though.
It does appear so. Host is down. I think the team is just later than them. Maybe they'll pick them up on the way back.
Yeah, Coach is running right there. Asian looking for a pull in the back, going to find it. Charger coming in as well, looking to get that down, and that right there is indeed going to be the wipe. On to Team IM by Team Coach Dave's Academy, who are going to take this game with a final score of 4,022 to 1,592. So yeah, just about 2,500, a little bit less than that, and that definitely helps Team Coach Dave's Academy as they advance to the knockout stages of the MavWar Hype Tournament 2018 Unity. Liquor, that was a much different game than we expected.
I was expecting something a lot closer, knowing some of the players on both the teams. I don't know quite what happened there. Maybe it was lack of familiarity with the map, as we mentioned. Maybe it was just some coordination issues. Maybe it might have even been a little bit of lag, or all of that combined. It's just a shame that we didn't see the play that we saw on their tank during that last round. We didn't see that throughout, because I think if we had, it would have been a much closer game.
Exactly. So, at this stage now, that's going to be commiserations to Team IM, congratulations to Team Coach Dave's Academy, and yeah, want to give a shout to eFreak for, of course, being a tournament sponsor, to xBye for streaming, for you, Liquor, co-casting with me here, and also to the Found Time group and all the positive work that they do, you know, in relation to Left 4 Dead 2 community. Any final words, Liquor, before we sign this one?
Nothing really. It was great fun casting with you. It's my first time doing it, so hopefully I didn't screw it up too badly. And that's really about it. GG's.
Absolutely not. It was great having you, and we do have a little bit of information about the next game. The next game is going to be between teams Lethal Assault Organization and Natus Sincere. I've been Barlow, and have a great rest of your evening.
Good night.